Hello, my name is Susie Kopecki, and this is a summary of my Liber 220 final project, which I titled Know Your Librarian. For my final project, I have prepared a PowerPoint slide presentation which explains the roles of map librarians. It explains why students should care about maps and GIS, and it explains why it is important for undergraduate students to get to know their librarian. My intended audience for this project is an audience of undergraduate students at a university, specifically freshman students who might otherwise not ask for help and who do not fully grasp the role of the map and GIS librarian. Please note that this is an abbreviated version of my final project, and if you would like to see my final project in its entirety, please feel free to view it, as I will include the link at the end. So, this is a context to provide beforehand, but basically, the slideshow for the students would begin after this slide, and it would start to explain what does it mean to be a Maps and GIS librarian. It would explain what GIS means, what does it look like. It talks about the functions and necessary skill sets of a good map and GIS librarian. And finally, it ends by providing specific details for a fictional university for how undergraduate students could go about contacting their maps and GIS specialist librarian. Part of the informational presentation for the students would include numerous visuals, including this visual, which lays out just some of the many requirements of being a Maps and GIS librarian. So as you can see in this image, just a few of the necessary duties include active troubleshooter, being a teacher, being an expert document handler, cataloging maps, assisting with a variety of research, creating library guides, and engaging in collection management best practices. Some of the many skills required to be a good Maps and GIS librarian will also be included in this slideshow via a visual. As you can see, this visual lists just a few of the necessary skills these librarians need, including the ability to read and interpret maps, having a working knowledge of GIS, understanding a library's layout and resources, and conveying information clearly to a wide variety of listeners. This presentation will also offer very specific, detailed information for the students, such as some of the specific GIS applications available for free to the students through this fictional university library. This presentation will also include specific definitions of what GIS is and various ways in which students can understand how they already use GIS on an everyday basis, so as to bridge that knowledge and that experience they're comfortable with this new idea of using GIS in the academic library. So in theory, hypothetically, GIS may start to sound pretty good to you right about now. However, for many majors, GIS will be an integral element in much of your coursework. For example, if your major or projected major may include geology, geography, city and regional planning, architecture, any variety of engineering majors, biology, chemistry, environmental science or environmental resource management, and math, then you may find yourself using GIS software fairly regularly. And recall that learning GIS is free, and we have very willing and able librarians who are looking for the opportunity to assist you. This presentation also continuously reinforces this idea of, well, why should students care? What does it even mean to have GIS? What kind of ways can they use it? So by reinforcing this idea of GIS as having central importance, my hope is that the students will understand this, it will sink in, and they really will start to realize I should care. Just a few of the reasons that I give why students should care include the fact that learning about GIS applications early can help them in their majors, and really in a wide variety of majors. I also tell them that GIS services are free through this library. GIS can be used for educational purposes and for personal purposes. If you're planning a beach hike or a camping weekend with some friends, GIS software can help you to prepare for the specific terrain and to understand your site's layout before you even arrive. Here is another map via GIS, thanks to the USGS. It is a topographic map of Smuggler's Cove around Pismo Beach, California. This particular map shows elevation, proximity to the water, latitude and longitude, and more. This can be very helpful as you prepare for your journey to this specific destination and understand how best to prepare and what to look for.